leaves Gaisuko in a rage. House fire in Linden. Movie town affects Hard Rock Cafe for patio. And price gouging. I am Rico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6154. Yesterday, Anthony Vera resigned from his position as vice chairman of the board of Gaisuko. He left following an explosive argument with the CEO of the company, Sasnaran Singh. In his resignation, Vera said that Gaisuko has numerous problems which cannot be addressed by its current management, which he described as incompetent. He also accused Singh of lying about several issues related to the company, including the viability of a set of tractors which the government has already spent millions to purchase. Singh rejected the claims, calling them unfair. Minister Mustafa said the 3 Guyanese boat captains who were detained in Suriname with fake fishing licenses returned home on Tuesday after they were made to pay a fine of 100,000 SRD each. Their boats and fishing equipment were also seized and still remains in Surinamese authorities' possession. The newsroom had reported that the captains are Ramesh Ramchan, Mahendra Bisasa, and Troy Tyrell. Last night, 63-year-old farmer Collins Joseph lost his home in a fire at B 1 Mile Extension, Wisma, Linden. Joseph claims that he had received a call that his house was on fire shortly after he left home to visit a relative nearby. Firefighters were able to extinguish the fire before it spread any further. 3 porters, Michael Edwards, Wilfred James, and Aloysius Squad, died late last night when the lumber truck they were on toppled off the Soestdijk-Linden Highway near Karoo on the east bank. According to the police, the driver of the truck, Sean Lim, said that he swerved to avoid striking an object in the road and lost control of the truck. Lim is currently in police custody. He did not have any alcohol in his system. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is this 2016 Suzuki Jimmy Sierra 4-wheel drive. It comes with regular and low-range 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, magrins, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $3.4 million. All pay as low as $700,000 down, with around $67,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Look 171 Peter Road Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lama Street, and tell Enrique sent you for this sweet deal. 2 persons are now in police custody in Region 1 following reports that early Wednesday morning, 18-year-old Jude Cristino was chased down, beaten, and stabbed to death following an argument with 2 men at the Kumaka waterfront in Mabaruma, Northwest District. The police have yet to release any information about these suspects. 4 persons were arrested following 3 police raids on the east coast of Demerara. The police say they've arrested a 27-year-old vendor after several electronics suspected to have been stolen were found at his home in Sophia. A 27-year-old man was arrested in Sparendam for robbery, and in Liliendal, an 18-year-old woman was arrested for weed possession. Police say they arrested the 4th person, a 24-year-old man who later visited the police station and claimed the weed was his own. Just over a day after the police put out a wanted bulletin for him, Alex Ned, the prime suspect in the murder of 33-year-old Rodwell Phillips, has surrendered to the police. The GPF said that Ned was taken to the Rumvelt police station in Georgetown by his attorney yesterday afternoon. Yesterday afternoon, Hard Rock Cafe said it was evicted from using the outside patio by the management of the Movietown Mall. Hard Rock said that they were moved from the patio for unpaid rent, despite agreeing with the management to allow them to use the area rent-free. But if you had planned to eat there soon, don't worry. They said that they are still open as an establishment. You'll just have to eat your overpriced food inside instead. So, you need parts for your truck and looked your eyeballs out and can't find it. Did you check Powered Automotive? Get high-quality DAF, International, Freightliner, Bedford TM, or Scammell truck parts at the lowest prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. According to Starbrook News, residents in the Rupununi are now having to contend with a severely damaged road link. The road between Kwata and Upakari on the Rupununi has almost been completely washed away and needs urgent repairs. One resident said the damage is due to constant water flows in the area and a lack of a culvert at this particular spot in the road. The Public Works Ministry has yet to comment. Now for today's oil update. In light of skyrocketing profits made in the first half of the year and projections of making even more during the next half, ExxonMobil says it plans to continue its US $30 billion stock buyback program into 2023. Shareholders have already benefited immensely from the US $3.7 billion in dividends and US $3.9 billion in share repurchases paid out in the previous quarter alone. In February of this year, ExxonMobil had announced a US $10 billion share repurchase program, but tripled it after the earnings results of the first quarter. It had made US $5.5 billion in the first quarter, compared with US $17.9 billion in the second. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? Price gouging. Everyone is talking about inflation, but Exxon's profit margin tells the truth. There is no inflation. There are just a small group of major corporations that are price gouging us right now. And because they own such a large percentage of the market and just about everything we own, we basically have almost no choice in the matter. Sadly, it's only going to get worse from here, as we, Guyana, will naturally feel price inflation as a result of a growing economy. Sorry, but this time I have nothing helpful to give. All I can say is that something needs to be done about it soon, before things get too serious out here for the common person. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News News Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Yesterday, I asked if you supported the opposition's move to skip Monday's session of Parliament. Dimitri V says they need to sit in Parliament, otherwise you're letting the PPP get free rein over all the important issues they will be discussing. Meanwhile, Bantu King disagrees. He says it would be gravely disrespectful to the Guyanese people and constitution if the opposition were to sit in an unconstitutional parliament. Jason Smithy says, I said it before and I say it again. The Guyanese people need a strategic and resourceful opposition who would be the voice for the small man like you and me. Skipping the parliamentary sitting would prevent them from expressing disgust and disdain at the current state of affairs in Ghana. They should not skip the sitting. Rather, they should stand up and be vocal for what is right. Both the government and opposition need to stop this petty primary school behavior and be adults who can agree to disagree to work for the greater good. The world is watching us and the Caribbean region needs us. Indeed. Lorem Ipsum says no, they should not sit out the session. The Parliament is a place for meeting and debate of important issues. If they want to protest, they should do so in the course of showing up and doing their jobs in the debates. In fact, they should lose pay just like the common workers for non-performance of their duties under the law. I agree. Everence Lawrence says the opposition should sit and highlight their objections to inequality and injustices in our society. So, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about Guy Suko's CEO Sasnaran Singh? Should he stay or should he go? I want you to think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Enrico Bulford saying good night, folks.